Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive. Today, we're really peeling back the layers on quite a story. We've got these sources that lay out this really unexpected journey.
That's right.
We're diving into a world where, initial hostility somehow blossoms into genuine connection and a very pragmatic agreement. It turns into something, well, deeply real.
Yeah, our mission today is to unpack the story of Alexei Volkov. He's this formidable pro hockey player, and Dr. Georgia Greene, who's a really ambitious orthopedic specialist. We want to kind of extract the universal truths hiding in there.
Okay.
We'll look at how those really ingrained first impressions, plus some urgent personal needs, and honestly, a lot of competitive banter. How all that surprisingly forged a connection and pretty much reshaped their whole lives.
So think of this as a deep dive into, our tendency to prejudge people.
Definitely.
And the surprising power of maybe showing, say, vulnerability, and how, well, sometimes the person you really can't stand at first might just become the anchor you never knew you needed. So get ready for some aha moments, maybe a few laughs too, as we try to see beyond that surface.
I'm good.
Okay, let's set the scene. Vancouver Storm's season opener. Picture this. An elevator. The doors open. And bam. Instant, undeniable friction between Alexei Volkov and Dr. Georgia Greene.
Yeah.
Alexei, he's the seasoned defenseman. He takes one look at her, and his mind just screams. And I think the source actually quotes him thinking, I cannot fucking stand Dr. Georgia Greene.
Wow. Strong words from the get-go.
Totally. He sees her as a spoiled brat, superficial, self-centered, obsessed with wealth and image. He even compares her directly to his ex.
Oh, okay. Projection alert.
Big time. He literally imagines her, sunbathing on a yacht all summer, lounging topless while being served drinks on a silver tray.
Yikes. And George's reaction, just as intense, just mirrored.
Right.
She immediately tags Alexei as an asshole, controlling and arrogant, very much like her own ex, Liam, who apparently made her feel totally stifled by the idea of marriage.
So they're both seeing ghosts of their exes.
Exactly. But what's really fascinating, and it's a detail Alexei himself notices right away.
What's that?
Amidst all this dislike, his watch beeps. It's tracking his heart rate. And it signals his heart rate jumps above resting whenever he's near her.
No way, even then.
Even then. It's this subtle, maybe unwelcome hint of some underlying attraction, like his subconscious knows something's up.
Yeah.
Even while his brain is yelling, no.
Okay, so their bodies were kind of betraying their minds from day one, sending these connection signals, even with all that aversion.
Pretty much.
It really shows how initial reactions, even really strong negative ones, can be, well, incredibly misleading.
Absolutely. This isn't just simple dislike. It's almost textbook psychological projection, isn't it?
Yeah, explain that a bit.
Well, both Alexei and Georgia are kind of unconsciously taking their past hurts, their anxieties, his ex's perceived superficiality, her ex's control issues, and just plastering them onto each other. It builds this really powerful but totally false wall of assumptions.
So they're not actually seeing the real person.
Not at all. They're seeing this distorted echo of their own unresolved stuff. They're interacting with shadows, really.
Wow, okay. That explains the intensity.
It does. It's why the animosity is so instant, so absolute. They've built these whole narratives before even having a proper conversation.
Okay, so they're basically fighting ghosts. That makes a lot of sense. But, given this intense, almost programmed dislike?
Yeah.
How on earth did they even think about marrying each other? That seems like a massive leap.
It does.
What pushed two people who, let's be honest, couldn't stand each other into, well, that kind of situation?
Okay, so that's where really urgent personal needs crash the party. They force them to override those deep feelings.
Necessity.
Exactly. For Alexei, he's a Russian immigrant, right? And his situation is actually pretty dire.
How so?
His Canadian citizenship application stalled. His family, who had to flee Russia, they can't safely go back.
Oh, wow.
And his work visa is tied directly to his hockey contract, which only has 3 years left.
So if he loses the contract and doesn't get citizenship?
His family's safety is genuinely at risk. For him, this is way bigger than just his career. It's about protecting the people he loves.
Okay, that's huge motivation. And Georgia, what was her crisis?
Different, but just as pressing for her. Her athlete injury recovery program at Lionsgate Hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Something she's poured her heart into at.
Yeah.
It's facing a massive $10 million funding cut. Devastating.
What's $1 million? That would gut it.
Completely. especially her beloved Vancouver Devils soccer team. It's for recovering teen athletes. That's basically on the chopping block.
Oh, man.
Now, she could access a big inheritance from her late grandfather. But there's a catch. A really sexist one, actually.
Let me guess. Marriage.
Bingo. The will says she has to be married to get the money. And this is Georgia, who basically told everyone she'd never get married.
So her life's work versus her personal stance on marriage.
Exactly. Suddenly, she has to rethink everything to save this program she cares so deeply about.
Okay, so the stage is set for a desperate measure.
Pretty much. A marriage of convenience. And it's, like, initially super cold and pragmatic. Alexei actually first thinks about proposing to Georgia's friend, Jordan. He sees her as tough, maybe suitable for this kind of deal.
But Georgia steps in.
Yeah, she overhears them talking about it and jumps in. Their agreement is incredibly stark. 1 year.
Just 1 year.
No feelings. And ideally, they don't even like each other.
Wow.
It's framed as a purely transactional, logical fix for two separate, very urgent problems, like a business deal.
It really makes you think, though, how do we weigh that? Practical necessity versus our deepest personal feelings or convictions. When your whole future or the future of something you love is on the line, how far would you actually go? What compromises feel possible?
It's a tough question. Georgia's dedication to her program, Alexei's commitment to his family, it pushes them both way outside their comfort zones.
Yeah, forces them to confront their own boundaries. Okay, so wedding day. I'm guessing not a lot of romance.
Oh, zero romance. This is a quick City Hall thing. Alexei actually surprises Georgia by bringing his parents, Maria and Nikita.
How did that go down?
Well, they're delighted. They think it's real, this heartfelt union. Georgia, meanwhile, is just mortified.
Why? Just the parents being there.
That, and also the rings Alexei provides. She describes them as cold, plain, and ugly. She initially wonders if there's some awful family heirloom in the vows. They literally exchange promises of, I don't love you and I never will. Almost defiant.
Glassy.
And the first kiss, Georgia's take, terrible. Absolutely no spark. She felt like she was kissing the dead body at a funeral.
Okay, so yeah, setting the bar incredibly low there.
You could say that. The initial spark was definitely mutual disdain.
So they move in together, into his place.
Yep, Alexei's big house in North Vancouver. And the conflict just ramps up immediately.
Oh, so.
Well, Alexei is still stuck on his spoiled rich brat idea of her.
Right.
So he makes this classic blunder. He gets his housekeeper to help him throw out George's fuck me heels.
He throws out her shoes.
Yep. Thinks they're just trash she can easily replace.
Yeah.
He has absolutely no clue about their real significance to her.
Which was?
They were like a symbol of her independence, her professional ambition, everything she'd worked for, not just shoes.
Wow. So his idea of settling in is chucking her prized possessions. Smooth.
Masterful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It just perfectly shows his assumptions about her and how blind he was to who she actually was, what things meant to her, misinterpreting someone's background completely.
Totally. Assuming her trash based on his own ideas.
Exactly. His actions are still totally filtered through that projection. But then, the team throws them a surprise reception.
They don't know it's fake.
Nope. Completely clueless. They even make them play the newlywed game.
Wow, this should be good.
And their competitive banter is just on full display. They give conflicting answers like, they both claim to be the better kisser.
Yeah, of course.
But you can kind of see, even then, they both sort of enjoy the challenge, even if it's wrapped up in animosity.
That friction starting to spark something else.
Maybe. That playful tension, plus just being forced together all the time, it starts chipping away at that initial wall. Slowly.
And then there's that unexpected kiss at the airport, right?
Yeah. That moment really throws Georgia. It leaves her totally disoriented. And Alexei, even he's surprised, admits he never freezes up.
Interesting.
It seems like a small thing, but it highlights this pattern, right? Beneath all the intense dislike, just being forced to interact.
Yeah.
It doesn't just reveal common ground, maybe, but sometimes this undeniable, maybe inconvenient spark.
It makes you wonder, how often do we mistake really strong negative reactions for a complete lack of any kind of attraction?
That's a really powerful point. And this is where the real shift starts. How does that forced closeness, that constant interaction, even on bad terms, how does it subtly wear down the hostility and start revealing, unexpected connections?
Right. So the evolution really hinges on breaking down those misconceptions they have about each other.
Totally. Georgia starts gradually revealing her actual story.
Okay, what was the real story?
Well, her family wasn't wealthy. Her powerful grandfather. He actually cut off her dad for getting her mom pregnant when they were just 17.
Wow. Okay.
So Georgia got scholarships, worked incredibly hard through medical school. She's still working as an attending in orthopedics, doing important research.
So not lounging on yachts.
Definitely not. And that crappy car Alexei judged her for, that was her paying off student loans. A sign of hard work, not privilege. And she deliberately didn't touch her inheritance until she could use it for something bigger than herself, like the program.
That completely shatters his image of her.
Completely. And it's a huge lesson, isn't it? How our stereotypes just stop us seeing the real complex person.
Yeah.
Her actual story, the grit, the scholarships, the commitment it forces Alexei, and maybe us too, to face how easily we build narratives based on almost nothing.
So true understanding only starts when we, actively try to disprove our first judgment.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Alexei's actions start to change too. They begin contradicting his harsh words. Well, he starts supporting Georgia's soccer team, the Vancouver Devils. He even steps in to coach for her one night when she has a work dinner.
Really? Mr. Grumpy hockey player.
Yep. He kind of grumbles, I can take one night off.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this hint of affection, reluctance maybe. But the most fascinating thing is his flowers. He starts sending her flowers.
Okay, that's a shift. Standard apology flowers.
Not quite. It's more like this silent language. His choices seem to track his evolving feelings.
How so? What flowers?
Well, he starts with blue tansy, which apparently means declaration of war.
Huh. Okay, subtle.
Right. Reflects that initial hostility. But then, as things shift, so does the floral language. He sends hyacinth, which means, I'm sorry, forgive me. Then maybe candy tuft for indifference, perhaps a little step back. Then calla lily for beauty, honeysuckle for devoted affection.
Wow.
And eventually, salvia, red, meaning forever mine.
That's incredibly telling. He's communicating this whole emotional journey through flowers because he can't say it yet.
It seems like it. It reveals this vulnerability, this commitment, long before he can actually speak the words. It charts everything.
That's actually quite beautiful in a weird, initially hostile way.
It is. But he still messes up, of course, like buying her a new car.
That sounds nice. A safe car, right?
Yes, but he gets rid of her old one without asking.
Ooh, not good.
No. Seems like a kind gesture, but it totally triggers her past trauma with her controlling ex, Liam, who used to make decisions for her.
Right, so even good intentions can backfire if you don't understand someone's past.
Exactly. But this leads to a really critical aha moment. It unravels so much.
What happens?
Alexei finally confesses he never actually called her incompetent to the coach.
Which she thought he did.
Yes, and it fueled so much of her anger. He admits he actually told Coach Ward he was attracted to her.
Whoa!
And he was worried it would mess with his focus as a patient, especially after his concussion.
So the exact opposite of what she thought.
Pretty much. And Georgia hears this and has this huge realization. Her anger wasn't just about him. It was rooted in a complete misunderstanding, but amplified by her past.
Her ex who controlled her career.
Yes, the one who made her feel worthless, who actually unenrolled her from med school behind her back.
Unbelievable. So that incompetent thing hit a very raw nerve.
A massive nerve. This reveal is a huge turning point. It just shows how fast assumptions crumble when you get the real story, the vulnerability.
And how much our past experiences can just paint everything, create these walls that aren't really there.
So true. And we also learned something deeper about Alexei, too, right? His fear about retiring from hockey.
Yeah, what's that about?
It's linked to his coach, Coach Ward, and his struggles after a career-ending injury, alcoholism, self-hatred.
So Alexei sees that potential future for himself.
Exactly. It shows he's not just this arrogant player. He's a guy wrestling with some really profound fears about who he'll be after hockey. Adds a whole other layer to him.
Okay, so these shared vulnerabilities, finally getting the truth out, that really melts the last barriers.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
As those emotional walls finally come down, their physical connection deepens too. Georgia even admits Alexei is the best she's ever had.
Well,
and they to start to genuinely enjoy each other. Even their arguments and that competitive banter start feeling less like fighting and more like playful engagement.
it becomes part of their dynamic.
Right. And there's this great example of how Alexei starts learning from Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Her coaching style with the Vancouver Devils, she focuses on individual motivation, right? Tailors her approach to each kid.
Uh-huh.
Alexei, who probably came from a more old-school, tough hockey world,
Yeah.
actually takes this on board. He starts using it with his own mentee on the Storm, Luca Walker,
Oh.
helping Luca find his unique strengths like agility, not just brute force. He gets that not every player is the same, needs a different approach, just like Georgia showed him.
So he's respecting her expertise, integrating her insights into his world. That's huge.
It really is. It shows his respect has grown immensely, and their mutual care becomes undeniable later on.
When Alexei gets injured.
Yeah, seriously injured during a game. Took a bad hit protecting Luka, actually.
In Georgia.
She just fiercely rushes to his side, like pushes through medical staff, basically yelling, "That's my husband." Totally protective.
Wow. A long way from, "I don't love you."
A very long way. And later, she admits something else. She sleepwalks when he gets hurt.
You sleepwalk.
Reveals just how deep her subconscious emotional connection is. Her body, again, just reacting instinctively.
That's profound, actually. The ultimate confirmation.
It really is. And Alexei, seeing her care, realizing how much he loves her, he steps up big time too.
With that promise.
Yes, he promises to be a true partner. And the words are really powerful, worth quoting. "I'll never ask you to give anything up for me. I'll never get in the way of your career."
Important for her, given her past.
Critically important. He goes on, "If we want to have kids, I'll do whatever it takes so your career isn't affected. I'm in, Georgia. I'm all in. And I'll never stop taking care of you."
Wow. That's everything she needed to hear, probably.
And feared she'd never get. He gives her a new ring, too beautiful this time, not cold, plain, and ugly. It symbolizes this real, committed partnership, the complete opposite of control.
So this story kind of culminates with their second wedding.
Exactly a year later, under the same maple tree at City Hall. But this time, it's not a transaction.
It's a celebration.
Totally. A celebration of actual love and partnership. Georgia wears her dress from the first wedding, her something old, but he finds it breathtaking now.
That's sweet.
And Alexei wears a suit, but the lining matches her dress. These little details that show their connection.
And his career.
He finds fulfillment beyond playing. Takes a role as assistant coach for the Storm, and he coaches the Vancouver Devils right alongside Georgia.
So they find this shared purpose, too.
Yeah. Their life together, including, apparently, 2 bunnies named Stefan and Damon.
Huh. Okay.
It's all fully intertwined now. Just a complete, unexpected transformation from where they started.
It really challenges you, doesn't it? Our whole notion of love and partnership. It shows that real connection isn't always about, shade interests right off the bat, or even liking each other initially.
No, it seems to be more about shared values deep down, mutual respect.
Yeah.
And that willingness to really see the other person, understand them, support their dreams, their vulnerabilities.
Yeah, it suggests the most meaningful relationships might actually be forged in, like, the fire of necessity and some serious personal growth.
I think that's a great way to put it. Their deep dive really shows how growth, working through past trauma, and just being willing to look again at someone can turn even the most hostile relationship into something incredibly supportive and loving. And the story apparently has roots in the author's own life, too. Yeah, something about her husband being an accident-prone sleepwalker who gave up his career to support hers and cooks for her. It resonates with those real-world challenges and joys of partnership.
That adds another layer.
It does. The powerful reminder that love can show up in the most unexpected places.
Yeah.
Even when you start out thinking you can't stand the person.
So what's the takeaway for you listening? When you meet someone who just immediately rubs you the wrong way, or you're in a situation that feels purely transactional, what assumptions are you maybe making?
Right. What hidden stories might be under that surface?
And what unexpected truths about connection, maybe even commitment, could you discover if you just dared to take that deeper dive beyond the first impression?
Something to think about.
Definitely. Thank you for joining us on this really unforgettable exploration today.